All right, hello everyone. We are here for our VDL Season 9 low tier draft analysis. Um, Super excited to share this team. I am spoiling two of my picks here on this cover page, but fuck it, doesn't matter. But yeah, we're back for Season 9 of the VDL. It's low tier this time. I'm not going to get super into what we're doing. Anyone that is watching this video knows what's going on. If you're new to draft, there will be a paste bin of all the coaches. Check out Matt's video. Matt is the commissioner of the VDL, and he has a segment in here where he sort of um, tells you a lot more that you might need to know. Anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that. Just going to talk about my draft. But yeah, we got pick 14 in the draft, which wasn't too bad to be honest. I think in the out of 16 coaches, I think in the low tier format, I actually kind of wanted a back pick. However, there was something that there were a couple ones that I really wanted. I really wanted one of the fast guys. Like whenever drafting, I always draft something fast and offensive first. And in this format, those mons were Talonflame, Cyclizar, Inteleon, Noiva, and things like that. But because I was pick 14 in the draft, I didn't get any of them. Um, so I shifted my plan a little bit, and there was something that I was looking at that I was like, you know what, this thing could be really, really good in this format. So our round one pick is Bronzong, Edward Elric the Bronzong. We are doing a Full Metal Alchemist nickname theme this season. But yeah, I really, really liked Bronzong because he is the best steel type available, and he is like one of very, very few good steel types available, like at all. Like there are no good steel types. So yeah, pretty different to how I normally draft. I normally draft offensive out the gate, but this time we've got something defensive and more of a utility mon. Um, However, Bronzong can kind of do it all. It can be a setup threat. This thing gets Calm Mind. I can be Iron Defense Body Press. I can Meteor Beam, Trick Room. I can do a lot with this guy. I think Bronzong I can really cook with, and we can bring like something different every week. But yeah, Steel type, ground immunity with levitate, which is really, really nice to have that edge quake switch immediately because ground types are a problem always. Um, Poison immunity, being a steel type, so having two immunities in one mon is awesome. Our first stealth rocker, stealth rocks are amazing in draft, and then yeah, defensive wall, setup threat, glue peaked. Bronzong can and probably will come every week, do something different, and just be whatever the team needs for that week. It is a glue piece. Yeah, really, really happy that we got Bronzong. I think Bronzong is by far the best steel type available. So yeah, steel types are amazing in draft. Everybody knows that. Not much else to say about Bronzong, but yeah, our round one pick for Video Season 9, Bronzong. I by no way, shape, or form am expecting Bronzong to be a kill leader. I'm not out here saying this guy is going to be a kill leader. I'm not an idiot. I know Bronzong is not going to be a kill leader. However, I do think Bronzong is, yeah, just going to be that glue piece to the team, and really just round out my team defensively and able to set up and potentially win games for me if need be. Who knows? Let's move on. My second pick, I obviously wanted something offensive because we got a defensive round one. I needed something offensive in the second round. And again, there was nothing really around that, that high 120 base speed that I thought was good left. So I didn't really get something too fast, but I got something that I think really, really pairs incredibly well with Bronzong. And we got Envy the Zorak. Envy is a perfect nickname for Zorak. But yeah, a dark type, offensive dark type worked super, super well with Bronzong. We resist those ghost type attacks, we resist those dark type attacks, and we're able to use that illusion ability really nicely with Zorak, as well as the rest of my team. I'm not with Zorak, with Bronzong. Yeah, just being able to hide as Bronzong, whatever might want to come in on Bronzong might not appreciate a Dark Pulse. And vice versa, like Zorok doesn't appreciate fairy types. But if I'm disguising myself as Bronzong, those fairy types aren't gonna want to come in. And yeah, maybe we can have some fun. Zorak is a Pokemon that I just think is so cool, but he's garbage in draft. Like Hisuian Zorak is infinitely better, um, and his stats just like don't really they're not enough. Power creep has killed this guy. 105 base speed is just not enough. However, in this lower tier format, 105 base speed is actually very decent. Enough for Zorak, I think, to have a chance to shine. Yeah, so really looking forward to using this guy. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. He's a psychic immunity, so that's 3 immunities in our first 2 picks. And then just, yeah, fast offense, fast utility. We've got knockoff, U-turn, encore, taunt, and then yeah, we can set up with nasty plot and just dish out crazy damage with our 125 base special attack. Is really strong on this format, and then this guy's just got insane coverage options. We've got Dark Pulse, Flamethrower, Psychic, Sludge Bomb, a whole lot more. And yeah, we can even run physical with this guy because 105 attack is not terrible, so he's a pretty nice mixed attacker. But yeah, I mostly just am really looking forward to what we can do with Illusion. Because I haven't used Zorak ever. Um, but yeah, that's Zorak. I've got this guy for 10 points. I think he's going to be like an MVP of this team, truly. But yeah, moving on into our third pick. Everyone was taking hazard removal. Um, and there was like nothing left. Like literally everything was going in round two. Like Forretress went, Bramblegrass went, Cyclizar went round one. I'm not really off the top of my head, can't remember, but those rapid spinners were going and a lot of the good defogers were going to, like Neuven went, Talonflame went, and there weren't many good defogers left. There weren't many good spinners left. Um, but there was something sitting in 5 points that I thought could be really nasty with Terra. So the way Terra worked this season is we had 7 points. We had to get 2 Terra captains, and the maximum point value a Terra captain could be was 6. And this guy was sitting in 5. And I think he is easily one of the best Terra captains available. Um, we got Colossal. Sig Curtis, the Colossal. This thing is an amazing Terra captain, not only in low tier, but in standard draft format. I've seen this guy just take like the top mons. This guy can tank gouging fires, tank iron valiants. This guy can tank dragapults, and we've got him in low tier. He's got like 120 defense, backed by I think like 100 or 110 HP. Like this thing is bulky. But yeah, primarily gives me that rapid spin, which I really needed. Gives me my first spiker, I think my only spiker actually. Um, but my second stealth rocker is a defensive wall, and we get Flame Body with this guy. Flame Body is such a good ability in draft. We are able to punish physical attackers just by tanking their hits and potentially getting that burn on them. We are forcing pads on things that might not want to always be pads. Something that might appreciate a scarf or a choice band or who knows what item might have to run pads because they're going to get burnt and then there's going to be garbage for the rest of the game. But secondly, we also have Flashfire, which is an amazing ability for my Bronzong. Just having that fire immunity and then also having Zorak, all of Bronzong's weaknesses are covered, which is what I really liked. But yeah, Colossal wasn't on my radar for a Terra Captain. There were a lot of other things that I was considering. However, as I said earlier, with all the hazard removal going, I needed something, and I needed something good. So we got Terra Colossal, and I'm very happy with this pick. Um, Moving forward, I wanted to get back on that offensive train. I wanted a breaker, something that could just come in, click buttons, do some damage, and I wanted a physical attacker because right now my main offense is Zorak, which is mostly a special attacker, can be physical. And there was something that I've seen used by our good friend Arch in a previous low tier format that just was really strong. Um, we got Azumi the Flamigo. Flamigo is awesome. Fighting types are really. I am predicting to be really strong in low tier because of the limited fairy types and the limited poison types. Not many things are switching in on a close combat. A lot of a lot of teams' close combat switches are probably going to be ghost types. There's a lot of ghost types available in low tier, but Flamingo completely ignores that immunity with Scrappy. Scrappy is an amazing ability. Not only can we hit ghost types with close combat, but we're also immune to Intimidate. And there are a lot of intimidators around. There are all the Tauroses, which are great. Um, Tauros, what's it called? The Kanto, the normal Tauros is a really, really strong threat. And then all the Paldean Tauruses, the water one, the fire one, the combat one. I don't know if that's all of them. I think that's all of them. Anyway, they're really strong. They've all got Intimidate. There's Scrafty Intimidate. There's a lot of Intimidators around. So not having to worry about Intimidate, all that Ghost immunity for my physical breaker is awesome. We're only 115 base attack, which isn't, crazy. But in this pardon, lower power, 115 is strong. And then, yeah, just combine that with close combat and Brave Bird's high base power. You've got a really, really strong breaker. Um, I am not afraid to admit that Flamigo is probably going to be Choice Scarf almost every game it comes. And because that's what Flamigo does. It's only at like 90 speed, which is very decent. But this thing loves a Choice Scarf. And I don't care if you know that I'm Scarf. You can't switch into this mon. It is really, really, really strong. But yeah, it is a ground immunity as well. So we've got immunities with every single mon so far. So yeah, we got like 5 immunities already within four months, which is really cool. But yeah, so let's move on from Izumi the Flamigo. I needed speed. If you look at my team right now, Zorak is the fastest at 105 base speed, which isn't good enough. Even in low tier, it's not good enough. But there was like very, very few good things left. Um, but there were three Pokemon that I was considering, and I was happy to get any one of them. Chinchino was one of them that was taken round two. So then I was left between Ambipom and Mousehold for my speed. Um, so we went with Greed the Ambipom. We're hitting 115 base speed with this guy, which is, obviously it's not perfect. Like there are a lot of things faster, but it is very decent in low tier. It is the fastest Pokemon that I do get on my team, but Ambipom is awesome. We can do a lot with Ambipom, and we got this guy for 7 points, which I think might have been slightly undervalued. But yeah, we got fast offense with this guy. We've got like strong double hit, double edge, triple axle. We got a lot of strong moves with this thing. We got fast utility. We got knockoff. We got U-turn. We got taunt. We got encore. We got strong priority. We got technician boosted fake outs. Um, Having something with strong priority is crucial for every team. We got something, and we got one more immunity in our ghost immunity, which is really, really nice again for my Bronzong, who is getting supported pretty well, I believe, between these mons. But yeah, Greed the Ambipom, um, really cool mon. The fact that this thing doesn't get tail slap is absolutely criminal. However, we will ignore that. We do get a lot of strong moves with this. Yeah, Technician triple axle, Technician fake out, double hit, Trailblaze. Um, we can do a lot. We can have fun with this guy. Um, yeah, that's Ambipom. So, moving on, there was something remaining that I actually was considering to pick up round one. Um, Dragon types are much like Steel types and Fairy types. Dragon types are super, super slim in low tier, and they're really, really strong because of the limited Steel and Fairies. And there was a 12-point Dragon type that I thought was generally one of the best mons available. It is Dragalge. We got Gluttony the Dragalge for 12 points. Um, this thing with adaptability, Draco Meteor, Sludge Wave hits incredibly hard. It is going to be the main, one of the main special breakers on this team. This team just comes in, drops Dracos. Your Fairy type's not coming in because we can Sludge Wave you. It is only checked by Steel types, but between Bronzong, Colossal, Flamigo, we are not too concerned about Steel types with this squad. So, yeah. Slow pivot for the team. It's really nice. This thing's got 44 base speed, I believe. And we can see we got those slow flip turns. We can get my Flamigo in, get my Zorak in, get my Ambipom in, and we're a specially defensive wall with this guy. Um, It's got like 150 speed F, something crazy. Maybe not that high. I think it's like 154 off the top of my head, but it is really, really high. And you combine that with Colossal's 120 defense, you've all of a sudden got a really, really nice defensive duo here. But yeah, it's a grounded poison type. Everybody knows grounded poison types are really important in draft, and there were very, very few good poison types available. So I am so shocked that this thing was available in round 5 because, yeah, it's probably the best poison type available and one of the best dragon types available, and we got it. And yeah, it is a poison type that also has toxic spikes. Not all of them get it. But yeah, Gluttony, Digigougy, really stoked that we got this. But yeah, let's move on. So what do we get now? Pick 6. For pick 6, I wanted more offense. Because yeah, Digigougy is it is a bulky breaker in a way, but Cole's more defensive, Bronzong's more defensive. So I wanted something that could, yeah, something with some power, and a physical attacker again. And we got Golurk. We got Alphonse the Golurk again. Perfect nickname. By now you can probably understand why I'm doing the Full Metal Alchemist theme, if you've seen it. But yeah, Golurk, physical breaker. It's another stealth rocker for the squad. An electric and fighting immunity. Again, so 2 more immunities is really, really nice. Dynamic puncher. This guy, no guard, poltergeist, and dynamic punch is really, really strong. That plus earthquake, it's kind of unchecked. Like this guy's got like 125 attack, I believe. Nothing's coming in on earthquake, poltergeist, or dynamic punch. Um, Not very bulky. The fact that this thing's not bulky is criminal. Like, look at him, he's a unit. Um, but yeah, we just wanted something that we could use my slow pivot in Dragalge to get in on. This can threaten those steel types that Dragalge doesn't want to hit. I thought it kind of worked perfectly. And it's a fighting immunity again for my Zorak and for my Amber Palm that want that. But yeah, Golurk, really, really cool mon. Something that I've wanted to use, but he's like, let's be real, in standard draft, Golurk just doesn't quite cut it. However, I think in this lower tier format, Golurk is going to be a threat. Um, yeah, let's move on. Um, I wanted another slow pivot into Golurk because again, Golurk's not bulky. My only slow pivot at the moment is the Dragalge, so I wanted another slow pivot, and I wanted a bulky water. Everybody that knows draft knows that every team needs a bulky water. It's one of the best defensive typings. So we picked up Hohenheim the Lantern for 5 points. Why is Lantern Hohenheim? I don't really know. There's yellow in the light. Hohenheim's blonde. I'm not going to explain that. But yeah, bulky water, slow pivot. I mentioned I wanted another one for Golurk. Um, Water and an electric immunity, depending on which ability I want to run. So again, like we've already got the electric immunity, but now we've got a water immunity. So we're immune to a lot of types here. And then yeah, Lantern is a status spreader. It is bulky and it will discharge you until you're paralyzed, or it will scold you until you're burnt, and it doesn't care. It has the option of flip turn and volt switch. Flip turn if you have a ground type that, or a volt absorb mon, we can use that. Or if we're not worried about it, we can volt switch around. Probably the stronger option on Lantern. But yeah, I thought for 5 points, Lantern was a really, really nice bulky water, and just sort of yeah rounded out a lot of what I needed. Um, yeah, let's move on. We got 2 picks left, and at this point in the draft, the board was looking thin, and we still needed quite a bit. I wanted some more offense, but there was like nothing left. I wanted a wish passer as well because my team is slightly on the bulkier side, but none of them have recovery. Bronzong can't recover, Colossal can't recover, Dragalge can't recover, obviously outside of lefties and berries and whatnot. Lantern can't recover. So I wanted a wish passer, but I also wanted something that could be offensive as well. And we found something that think, I thought covers all that in Leafeon. We got made the Leafeon for 5 points. This thing's actually kind of sick in low tier, I think. It can be a wish passer. It's only got base 65 HP, which isn't amazing. However, it's an option. It is a physical wall with 120 defense. Obviously, grass isn't the best defensive typing in the game, but it is a resist to ground, which is really nice. There's a lot of offensive waters running around, like Inteleon, Floatzel. We can resist that. And it can be a physical breaker. This thing's got 110 attack and 95 speed. 95 speed in this format is actually pretty solid. We've got Stab Trailblaze with it, and we've got Swords Dance. So this thing can be a setup sweeper with Swords Dance, Stab Trailblaze. We've got knockoff on this guy. We might even need like double edge because the coverage on this guy is kind of whack. But it's got X Scissor for grass types. Obviously Stab Leaf Blade. We could run Chlorophyll if you wanted to run a Sun mode 1 week. Probably wouldn't ever because nothing really gets boosted by that besides Colossal. But it's an option. But yeah, I really liked what Leafeon brought to the table here. It's a grass type that we needed, so it fills out by Fire, Water, Grass Core. And yeah, it's a Wish Passer, can be offensive threat. So yeah, that's Leafeon. That's why I grabbed it. I think it's a gas pick. I'm actually really excited to use Leafeon. I think it's an absolute sleeper. But yeah, let's move on to my last pick. I sort of mentioned earlier that the Terra rules. I think I mentioned that with Terra you had to have two Terra captains, using a maximum of 7 points, and 6 points was the highest value a Terra Captain could be. We got Colossal for 5 points, so we had 2 points left. And there was literally nothing I wanted. Like, honestly, nothing is ever going to use the Terra slot over Colossal. Colossal needs it. Everybody knows that. It's no secret. Colossal needs a Terra. So I wanted something that could actually be decent without the Terra, but still have the option to use it if needed. And we picked up Clefairy, Winry the Clefairy for 2 points. Um, I think this thing's sick for 2 points. I think it gives so much value. It completes my Fairy Dragon Steel Core. It is a real fairy. I'm not taking any Clefairy slander. This thing is a real fairy type. It is a bulky cleric with Eviolite. It's got Wish Passing. It's a Stealth Rocker. It's a Dragon Immunity, which is really nice. Dragons do have to think twice about clicking Draco when this guy's around, and this thing will come. Don't count Winry out. But this thing's got crazy utility, man. It's got knockoff. Slow Encore, I guess maybe Stealth Rocks I've already mentioned, but one of the big things, this guy has Healing Wish. I can Healing Wish my Bronzong, Healing Wish my Terracole, Healing Wish my Dragalge. If I can't Wish Pass to it and I just want to get the Healing Wish up, I can do that. If you've paralyzed my Zorok or burnt my Ambipom, and I really need those guys, I've got Healing Wish. The utility on this thing for 2 points is insane. It has all of the coverage that Clefable gets. If Clefable's like a round 3 pick in standard draft, I personally don't agree. I think Clefable's not that great. But in low tier, Clefairy is awesome. But yeah, the sheer amount of utility that I got for 2 points and a fairy type, like, come on, come on. This is good. I know a couple of people laughed at this pick, but like, you're tripping. I know Matt especially said Clef sucked, but I pointed out, a few things to him, and he was like, hang on, might be kind of gas. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna try not to ramble on too much longer. This is the squad for season 9 of the VDL. I'm really looking forward to using these guys. I think we got a really solid team. I think we worked pretty well with what was there. Do I think this is the best team in the league? No. Last season, I did. I confidently thought that my team was the best, and we won with it, which is awesome. Yeah, we are the defending champion now, if anyone didn't know that. But I do think this team is great. I think we've done, yeah, really well. There's a lot of things on this team that I'm just really excited to use. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. If not successful, it'll be fun. Um, but yeah, that's the team for season 9 of the VDL. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, there'll be a paste bin of all the coaches. Check out Matt's video if you want to get a little bit more information about not only just Draft League, about how our particular season is going to be running. But yeah, that's the team. We'll see you guys in week 1. Thank you and cheers. Have a good one.